Oh, welcome back, Studio 428 as always, and we're going to continue on with our mock draft. If we just did picks 1 through 10, and now we're going to continue on with pick 11. I'm Mr. Knoll, and this is Mr. Nelson. We're going to continue on with the Buffalo Bills, who been pretty active in the free agency, filling up some needs in the defensive tackle and some line spots, and a lot of people think that they're going to be taking like a Malcolm Kelly position receiver, some of that, but my understanding is right now they're in contact with Johnson, the receiver from the receiver from the Cardinals, the free agent who was the #1 pick, Brian Johnson,
Penn State,
who was the #1 pick 4 years ago, I think.
Yeah,
about 4 years ago. Seems like he's going to sign with him, so they have their position receiver, and now they go after their linebacker. And they're going to pick up Keith Rivers, who obviously, I don't believe he participated in the Combine this year, but yeah, he's an athletic linebacker. He has the speed and versatility to cover and stop the run, and could make the Bills potentially a very dangerous team in this upcoming season.
Yeah, he's got talent, big time.
Yeah, linebacker from USC. So,
produced in a big-time college program.
Right, and he was very dominant, too, throughout that. Alright, and then with number 12 pick in the draft, we have Denver Broncos. I'm trying to get rid of my accent, I'm sorry.
Please excuse my partner.
Yeah, Mr. Nelson will cover them.
Alright, well, the Denver Broncos, as we like to call them, they just lost Javon Walker to the Raiders. And I think they're going to go and replace him. Throwing a little curveball here, but I think you may see it come true on draft day. Or else we wouldn't report it here on our mock draft. Alright? That's just how it goes here, alright? Josh talked about his sources earlier for the Bills pick, and I'm telling you right now, DeSean Jackson, number 12, to the Broncos.
DeSean Jackson.
They got Brandon Marshall, 6'4" receiver, nice and tall, 230 pounds, big-time possession receiver. And you got DeSean Jackson, smaller but quicker. So
a lot quicker.
Yeah, a lot quicker. And they're going to match up against the cornerbacks well. So, and also helps out with kick returns, who they have Andre Hall and Glenn Martinez, a former Lion, returning punts for him. So he's definitely going to be an upgrade there. So you got DeSean Jackson going 12 to the Broncos. Heard it here first.
Mr. Nelson reported this first that Jackson, I believe, is going to be a reach, but I'm going to have to go with him on this one. And
he's forced to.
Yeah, I have to. I mean, I don't have much say on this, so I'm going to go with him and say, why not? Why the hell not? With the Panthers, with the number 15 pick, I think they're going to shore up that offensive line for, can't think of his name, I'm a little drunk, Jake Delhomme.
He's the quarterback.
Yeah, they obviously they have had a lot of signings on the line, but I know they're moving a lot of the tackles they have signed to guards, and there's a lot of movement going on in that line right now. I don't follow the Panthers that closely, but there is a lot of movement going on the line. I believe they just franchised or signed a left tackle and they're moving in the left guard. So I think they're going to take the best available tackle prospect they have right now, which is Ryan Clady, who previously we had going from 5th to the Chiefs. He had a little bit of drop-off based on needs, and obviously with the Jackson pick to the Broncos. So he's going to be a great ZBS lineman.
No blocking scheme.
ZBS.
Let the viewers realize what you're talking about.
They're watching this on football.
They may not know that abbreviation.
Okay. All right. Well, anyways, he's going to be he's a top tackle prospect right now, and they'll be instantly upgrade that line and add a franchise tackle to the line where they can rebuild on. With number 14 pick, we have the Chicago Bears. Boo. And Mr. Nelson will handle this pick.
Anyways,
a fan favorite around here.
Yeah, well, with the Bears, obviously I'm a Lions fan, Vikings fan right here. So we don't like the Bears, but nonetheless, we're going to give them a good offensive tackle because that's what they need. They're taking Williams, offensive tackle from Vanderbilt.
Yes.
I think they're thinking in this process is going to be they're going to give A, the quarterback more time to throw, and B, they can open up some more holes for the running back, which likely is looking to be Cedric Benson again this year, who did not produce what they thought he was going to last year. So they may not have given up all hope on him, but
looking more like a bust.
Yeah, but he looks like he'll have this year to prove himself.
Of course.
Gone.
Of course. And the tackle protects again whoever quarterbacks are.
Orton Grossman, they just traded Greasy.
Then you can look for a quarterback maybe in like the second or third round with Flacco and Heine and all them that are, and even Brome would possibly still be available in the second round.
Woodson could drop too.
Woodson, yeah. Well.
So they got some options, and they could push the current incumbent quarterback. So
that's correct.
That's what they could do. And at 15, we got the Lions' personal favorite.
I'll let him explain all that.
Well, I mean, they run in the cover 2 defense.
Nice hat.
Marinelli brought that in from the Tampa Bay when he came in. And they just picked up Lee Bowden in the trade for Sean Rogers, which I am very happy with. So I think they're going to address the pass rush here, and they're going to pick up Philip Merlin from Clemson. And the thinking is that if you rush the passer, as the Giants showed in the Super Bowl, you can make even the best quarterback make bad decisions, not have their best game. So they're going with Philip Merlin, hoping to increase the pass rush, and hopefully create some more turnovers for the defense.
That's great. That makes the pass defense that much better.
Yeah, it makes them look better. I mean, perfect example would be the 49ers. They spent all that money on Clement earlier this year, and they still had a really bad pass defense if you look at the stats.
Yeah, they did.
And they had talent, but no pass rush, so that's show.
Same thing we played with a lot of teams in this league. With the number 16 pick in the draft, we got the Arizona Cardinals. Obviously, they have a lot of needs. They don't really have a lot of needs. Obviously, the Fitzgerald contract has been putting a little bit of a hold on their free agent acquisition.
Big money.
Big money, yes. I personally believe that he's worth it, but I mean, he's obviously a great receiver. But he's putting a little bit of hold on them. And James obviously past his prime. I believe this is where the Cardinals decided to draft the running back of the future, who I actually believe is the best running back in the draft with
Ooh, going out on a limb there.
Not really on a limb, but he's tougher. He's more of he can run over people better. He's just I believe he's a better back than McFadden. And this could end up possibly being the steal of the draft right here with Mendenhall. He'll easily provide a 1-2 punch for the Cardinals, who obviously have a great passing game. And James, although I believe he was a 1,000-yard rusher last season, he is getting up there in age. He's a lot better than tires, and with this 1-2 punch, it will make that offense that much lethal, no matter who the quarterback is, whether it be Warner or Leinart, which is another situation they have yet to figure out in this offseason.
And even though James got the 1,000 yards last year, he had a very low yards per carry. So and that right there shows a decrease in reduction right there. So you can't just look at the yards. You can look at yards per carry. You're going to evaluate.
And same with Mendenhall, there still be a DPA. My belief would be a DPA. With number 17, we have my team, the Minnesota Vikings.
Take it away.
This is actually one of the harder picks for me because obviously Stillman has addressed the need that he is going to go with DPA in the draft. They expressed that last year with drafting Adrian Peterson, and that seemed to work out, okay.
I don't see any Petersons in this year's draft currently at 17, but do what you can.
Right, but obviously they signed Williams as a safety. Who's young, who's been injuries have held him back. We obviously had some potential being a second-round pick from the Bengals a few years ago. And then they addressed the wide receiver position with a ridiculously large contract with Mark Varian. I think it was a good acquisition. Yeah, I like the pick up, but I'm not quite sure about the money. But anyways, obviously the glaring need is going to be defensive end right now. Childress is kind of tied to Jackson, and Jackson has showed steady improvement over the last half of the season while they went on the running streak. Yes, he did. His QB rating was in the 80s compared to where it was in the 60s in the beginning of the season. He showed constant improvement, didn't make as many bad decisions. The quarterback is not actually in need right now, besides Childress has pretty much addressed that he is going to be tied in with Jackson, and their future kind of relies on each other, and he cannot evaluate the quarterback properly after 1 year of starting, by a full year of starting.
Alright, so who are they picking?
So, alright, anyway, obviously with the loss of Desi cancer, they're going to be looking for a defensive end, and right now the BPA would be Quentin Groves, the defensive end from Auburn. He's
where Charles Barkley went to college.
Okay, enough said on that pick right there.
Well, I mean,
that's going to end it. Number 18, we have the Houston Texans. So take it away, Mr. Nelson.
All right. Well, 18, I think Texans are going with cornerback. Dante Robinson had torn ACL last year, so unsure. I mean, obviously, I don't know how his rehab is going. We knows. We know.
They don't know if he'll be back for the full couple weeks.
Okay. Well, you heard it from him. No clue where he heard that, but okay. There we go.
ProFootball.com.
All right. Maybe they'll ref us one day.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyways. They had Mike Jenkins 18.
Mike Jenkins. All right. We're going to go ahead and end it right here because obviously we spent too much time talking about our favorite team, especially me. We're going to have to end it, and will you please come back for the 19th pick where we are going to be addressing the Philadelphia Eagles. See you then.